Friggin' what up, dude? Strider Wilson, and I'm the host of this podcast that's mine. Going to be called History is Dank. History is Dank with Strider Wilson. Dennis from the crowd.
Friggin' what up, dude? Welcome back to another ep of History is Dank, dude. I'm your host, Strider Wilson. We got Aaron going beast mode on the sticks, dude. What up, Aaron, dude?
What up?
Dude, just posted up right now, dude. Fired up for another ep, dude. Got to give a shout out to my boy Luke, just housing his Jimmy Johns, dude, on his lunch break right now, listening, dude. Get yourself a pickle, dude. Unbelievably stoked, dude. Just living large and in charge, dude. You see this thing where saw this article where North Korean soldiers in Russia, dude, they got access to the internet now and they're addicted to pornos.
Yeah, dude.
I've been saying, dude, I think I said this a little bit ago. I'm like, dude, World War III, the next gen soldier, dude, SEAL teams, dude, are sick. Don't get me wrong. Love SEAL teams. What up? Nothing sicker than a frogman. But the most potent next gen soldier, dude, I think it's OnlyFans models, dude. I'm telling you. It's goth moms breastfeed, and they're going to save the world, dude. That, and then, you know, because these guys are coming from government censorship of the internet, North Korea or whatever. Then they cross the border, and now they got access. Of course they're going to go to the hub. Of course they're going to go to whatever, you know, adult site. And, you know, their government's worried they're going to sneak in advertising. Then we just got to sneak in advertising. Like, dude, so, you know, if the Chinese soldiers come to America or whatever, dude, we're all worried. Dude, old dudes love being worried. Dudes 65 plus, you know, they get discounts at movie theaters and they get worried. It's what they get. They love fear. They bond over it. So, you know, we need to help them rest easy. Be like, look, dude, we're going to give these guys, we're going to give the soldiers OnlyFans, internet access, hand out, put Cricket Wireless and Chipotle's everywhere. Give these guys free cell phone plans and free guac. No one's attacking anyone. Okay? It's going to be fine. War over. World peace achieved, dude. Because of OnlyFans. I'm telling you, dude. They're going to save the day. Female soldiers, dude. Out there on OnlyFans. Just soldiering it, dude. Just freaking, you know. Dudes just giving tokens for new angles, dude. Let me see a new angle, dude. That's what's up. So, fired up on that. So, I'm feeling safe. Feeling like, you know, we're fine. Other than that, dude, just freaking not too much going down, dude.
I mean, your special's out.
Oh, yeah.
There is that.
Huge. Aaron, unbelievably good call again. Gotta say it. Making memories. Check it out. All Things Comedy on YouTube. Let's go, baby. I think it's doing pretty well, dude. You know, people are checking it out. The vibes are good. I love it, obviously. You know, it's 10 years of road dogging and open mics and you know, directed by my bro JT. So I love it. It's amazing. Shot it at a brewery. It's truly an amalgamation and a good representation of what I do as a comedian. So please go check it out if you haven't already. There's going to be a link in the bio always. It's free. Spread it like wildfire. Show your worried grandpa, or not even grandpa, your dad. Our dads are 60, whatever now. Show dudes over 65 this. They're going to like it, dude. They're going to love it, dude. Get Jersey Mike's in a brewski, sit down, watch it with someone you love. Or watch it separately. Give me those views, baby. I'm coming at you guys with a purely stoke-inducing episode right now. You know I love World War II.
I know it.
You know I do. You know I've got a small wiener.
I know it.
I've got a belly button for a dick. That's me. And I love, and this is a few episodes we did, you know, Russia's role in the American Revolution, you know, former bros, this morality idea. Fun episode. Piggybacking off of that, I was like, dude, let me go back to WW Deuce and was there ever a time? And I did a Google search. I go chill ass stories from history. Chill ass stories, dude, in my Google search. This story popped up, dude. The Battle of Castle Itter, dude. Okay. The hell's that? I love castles. Pretty sick. I used to play Castle Wolfenstein with my brothers growing up. Fun game where you were a prisoner in a Nazi castle where they would like work on zombies and shit, and you had to fight your way out. You'd eat turkeys. You'd find turkeys throughout the castle. That was your health. Legit. Dank dudes. Get yourself, a sick-ass MP40, and then you'd go through the castle. You'd break out. And I always loved just that aesthetic, okay? And this Castle Itter is situated in, I believe I want to say, Austria. Okay.
They're all in Austria.
Yeah. Austria has nothing but castles, dude.
Yeah.
Don't know if you've ever been there. Want to hear a fact about Austria? They've got evergreen trees and castles, nothing else, dude. And they got Von Trapp families singing,
Yeah.
doe, a deer, a female deer,
I was gonna
ray,
say,
a drop of golden sun.
they have castles and the hills are alive with the sound of music.
Correct. Yeah. And they have Edelweiss, Edelweiss. They have that.
Not uncomfortable performance at all.
Yeah, very just odd. Only appreciated by like the elderly, dude. Every time I'd see that, like my grandma would really like it. I'd be like, dude, the vibe is not for me. This ain't my vibe, dude. Get this guy away from me, dude.
Did you ever see The Man in the High Castle?
Yeah, I actually liked season 1.
Yeah.
Was sick.
With the theme song is that creepy sad girl cover of Edelweiss.
Oh, is that what?
Yeah.
Dude, I love the guy. The actor that plays the Uber Grutenführer in that is good. I love that guy.
Oh, yeah.
He's also the bad guy in A Knight's Tale.
Yeah.
He's great.
And, Dark City.
Yeah.
Seen Dark City? Is that what that's called?
I don't know. I'm thinking of Dark Knight.
Yeah, I can't. God, his name is completely escaping me all of a sudden. It's like right there.
It's going to come to you
Yeah.
while I speak about this castle. So the castle itself, Castle Itter, situated in the Austrian Alps, and it's been a fortress since the 13th century. Rebuilt in the 1532, renovated in the 1800s, and became a hotel in the early 20th century. So that's after World War II. But in 1940, the Anschluss brought Austria into the Third Reich, and the castle was then rented out to the German government in 1943, came under the administrative control of Dachau, infamous concentration camp.
Yeah.
So very bad place.
Yeah. Or you might or might not find Rufus Sewell.
That's the guy.
The guy's
That's the guy. Yeah, Rufus Sewell probably was frequenting that area.
He's English, but still.
His character.
Yeah.
Dachau's about 90 miles away. 140 kilometers if you're in Austria, if you want to use the accurate unit of measurement, dude, if you want to stay true to the period and location that we're operating in. Now this Castle Itter itself was used as a detention facility and prison for prisoners that the Third Reich thought they could, serve to deal, trade prisoner swaps, high value prisoners, the assets that they might get either intelligence from or be able to use as trading pieces and bartering pieces against the Allies. But in 1945, the situation that you have going on in Castle Itter is the war is going to come to a close. VE Day, I believe, is, May 7th, 1945? That's just off the top of my dome. I didn't even look that up. But in the days preceding that, 1945, you have basically everyone knows the war's over. Allies are going to win. Hitler, he's in his underground bunker. He's going to freaking gank himself with iodine. Or if you're a conspiracy theorist, you think that he left and went to Argentina or whatever. But what's going on in the forest here, you have a bunch of, you had a battle going on close by in Austria where the Allies defeated the Germans. So you have sort of German troops roving around, and you have Waffen SS soldiers leaving Dachau. And the Waffen SS, there's basically two main constituents of SS. There's Allgemein, which is the general SS, and they were kind of like responsible for enforcing the racial policy, so bad guys. And then you have Waffen SS, which are more of fighting units of the SS. You have this fighting units just roving around the forest around the castle, and since the war is about to be over, the guards have left this Itter castle. It's open. The prisoners are still there. They're just by themselves, and the Waffen SS are basically leaving Dachau. That camp has been liberated. They're roving the forest, defending themselves, heading towards this castle, being like, look, let's just go kill whoever's there. We can post up in that castle, defend it for ourselves. So these prisoners are under a threat, and they know it, and they're worried, and they can't go out and rove in the forest because they're just going to get ganked if they go out there. So who are these prisoners exactly?
Steve McQueen.
Yes, exactly, dude. This is like, is this what the Dirty Dozen's based off of, or no? This raid, no, because
no, I don't think so. And he was in The Great Escape.
He was the Great Escape, and then the Dirty Dozen. They have to like go into some operation. I've seen parts of it.
Yeah.
Charles Bronson, Action Bronson.
Yeah,
Is Action Bronson in both?
I
think he is.
He might be. Yeah.
I think he is. He's jacked, dude.
Yeah. Little man, big jacked.
Yes. Love how jacked he is, dude. You have the prisoners are, former. You have this Vichy government in France, which was basically the Schmoll government. There was the German occupied area. Then the Schmoll government was basically set up by the Germans for people that were German approved to run part of France, bordering like Switzerland and a certain area of it. And then you have some people that defected, finally ended up turning against the German. Even the people who decided to work with the Germans at one point said, "Oh, I've had enough," and then they get jailed and brought to this castle Itter. You got a few of those dudes posted up there. Some of their families are there as well. And you have some names like there's this tennis star, Jean-Robert Borota, who was like the minister of sport for the Vichy government in France. You have Charles de Gaulle's sister is there.
Charlotte de Gaulle.
Is that her name?
No.
Oh, that'd be funny if it was. Yeah, Charlotte de Gaulle.
It's just de Gaulle in a wig.
You got de Gaulle, good airport, dude.
Yeah, been there.
Good airport. They're all posted up there. High-end prisoners, government, people, ideological prisoners, mainly French people. And so now this is where, speaking of Dirty Dozen, Great Escape, if this isn't a movie, this could be a movie. Okay, now here's where the movie starts. You've got German soldiers, grumpy, disgruntled, we're going to lose. This is our last mission to just go and take out these people that we hate because we've been defeated and we're feeling bad, okay? But then on the other side of that, you've got some Germans who are fed up with Nazi Germany. They've been betrayed by their leadership, okay? Egotistical, bad, strategic moves have been made against the Allies. It's cost your lives and the lives of your friends. So you have some soldiers, some ideological difference going on, disgruntled and also fed up, downtrodden among the German ranks. They're going at it with one another. There's chaos in the woods. You have these vulnerable political prisoners who can shape the future. If it's not already in there in the movie, you have to put in there that there was someone, probably not in the Vichy government, but someone that got thrown in there early on that the Germans kept alive just because, maybe it's the sisters of de Gaulle or her husband is going to be someone who ends up, shaping the Western power in Western Europe for the future that we know it. You have to put that in there. So he's a high prized
John Connor.
target. Yeah, John Connor. Aaron, exactly. It's a John Connor type in that prison, a young, vulnerable John Connor type in that prison. Okay. And then you have a badass chef. There is a chef who gets sent out.
Casey Ryback.
Yeah, great casting. Not Seagal. Look, I'm a chef. I'm a Navy SEAL. He goes out there and just does wrist moves and flips over Germans.
That was his character's name, by the way. Casey Ryback.
That was it really?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. We're thinking the same way. Amazing, Aaron. In the real story, this guy's name's Kukovich, dude. Not a good name, dude. But honestly, he likes to see his wife have a good time. And as a dude with a small dick, honestly, as a dude with no dick, I like to see that. I like to see that. My wife have a nice time. You know, maybe this guy was saying, hey, I want my wife, lock her up in a cell with her jiu-jitsu instructor. I think that'd be nice. I think that should happen. So this guy gets sent out to go find help. But I'm getting ahead of ourselves a little bit. Still, let me just put things, set the table of this movie. Okay, you got dysfunction in the woods and fear out in the dark forest, Harry Potter style. In the castle, it's Hogwarts. It's kind of protected. It's kind of safe. It's cozy, but you know a threat is inbound. Okay? Dachau's commandant fled. He flees to Castle Itter. Okay, as Dachau's being liberated by U.S. troops. But on May 2nd, he kills himself. Okay? Because he knows he's coming. He knows he's committed the highest atrocities a human can. Unbelievable war crimes. The camp's guards abandon their posts. Prisoners are in charge. The prisoners are running the asylum. Luckily, these prisoners, they run governments. You got a Yugoslavian handyman. Sorry, he wasn't a chef. He was just a handyman. That's Kukovich.
Oh.
He gets sent out.
I like this better.
Exactly. You got to love a Yugoslavian.
He's got screwdrivers.
He's capable.
Yeah, he's got a wrench.
And he's got to be handy because his name's Kukovich, so he's got to be giving himself handies while his wife's enjoying herself. He goes out to make contact with U.S. troops who have just recently defeated Germans. Okay, whole division is under military jurisdiction, and he contacts this guy, Major John T. Kramers. Okay, and Kramers writes to Patton, and excuse me, not Major Kramers, but the colonel working under Kramer writes to Patton. But Kramer's already decided, look, I'm going to go out and I'm going to help you. Let's go get these prisoners back. We can't let the war's almost over. It'd be atrocious if these people die. But that's going against orders. Even though the colonel of the division wrote to Patton, and Patton just wrote back and didn't give any specific orders. He just writes back. He goes, just get it done quick. Okay? Saying, look, I can't authorize this mission. I can't risk American lives. If American soldiers go and die at this point in the game, how am I going to write home to someone's mom and say, oh, we went to go get French it's just too much. You can't, it's something in the movie that needs to be addressed, and where Patton you have one scene, maybe it's shot from the back of his head, and you have, just that scene. Meanwhile, these French prisoners are bored in the castle. They're sitting there. They're scared. They're probably going, ho, 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 and hearing the echo come off the walls in the castle. Hearing, ho, 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 come back. That's all they're doing. All they're doing. Okay? They send out another guy, I don't have his name, to go, because they don't know the fate of this Yugoslavian cuck who's out in the woods.
Could also be pronounced Kukovic.
Could be.
He's a little cuckoo. He's a bit like Riggs in Lethal Weapon.
Aaron, I like that angle, and he's a guy who goes, I will do it. I will go for you. Yep. Don't worry. No one will see me. I am very sneaky. Back in my hometown, I built cuckoo clocks. It's where I got my name. I will have one, and just like when the cuckoo clock goes cuckoo, I'm running around the back. Everyone's head is looking at 12. I'm coming around 6. I give you a little tickle on your butthole, and I sneak around. That's his humor. He loves butthole humor. He's a guy you love.
It's people with a wrench. I like it.
They send out, the cook gets sent out second. Aaron, I got ahead of myself. This guy, Andres Krobot. He's not AI. He's not artificial intelligence. He encounters Major Sepp Gungal. And Aaron, that's a German Wehrmacht officer.
Oh.
A guy who, even though he's fighting for the wrong side, he's given up the Nazi cause. He's the guy in the movie who I was saying, he's fucking fed up. He's sick of the Nazis. They're idiots. He's sick of their agenda. He's seeing now they're recruiting boys and young men, boys, young men, and elderly, and putting them under his command, and he's having to send them to a death. He's not doing that.
No.
He's not going to go just so they can negotiate better.
This is the Fassbender character.
Yes. This is Fassbender. Exactly.
Fassbender playing this character.
This is Fassbender. He goes, I'm going to go to this castle because I know those assholes, those Wehrmacht SS officers, they're going to go there and try to kill him. I'm going to have to defend them against my own kind because I know firsthand the evil they're capable of. He heads to the castle. Gangle contacts this guy, Captain Jack C. Lee. This is the Austin Butler character.
Yeah.
Young, strapping. And I remember there's Major John T. Kramers. He's the one who dispatches Captain Lee to go out there. Only Captain Lee, it's a tank column. Everyone else stays back. He goes, you get one tank.
Whew.
You go out there. It's Captain Lee leading his tank, and then Gangle and his small contingency of loyal, sort of defected German soldiers at this point.
For Kramers, I'm thinking John Bernthal.
Bernthal would be good.
I mean, he's already in Fury, but...
Yep, but he's a little older now,
Yeah.
and he could push the pencil now, and you could see where he's like, look, I ain't leading my column. I told my guys once we got, we defeated at Lindel in Austria, we defeated them. We did our job.
Yeah.
My boys need a break, but if you want to go do it, son, and what's it called? He's young, he's strapping, he's hungry to go and prove himself.
Mhm.
Lee.
Austin Butler.
Yep, that's Austin Butler. He's like, look, son, you can go out there and do that, and you can take some volunteers if you want them. And Austin Butler, the guys, they look up to him. So he finds a couple, contingency, a rescue party, and they go out there, and that's who they're leading. Heroes. Heroes who are answering the call. Honestly, when the call hasn't even been signaled, just to go out there and save a few innocent lives. Even though these Vichy guys are fucking assholes. They were assholes, but still, we want to save them. They ended up going the right way, but they learned too late. Gangle and Lee meet up. So you have, Aaron, the only time, maybe not, in World War II where you have German and United States soldiers fighting together.
Ooh.
They're now fighting together against the Nazis. They go to the castle. They beat these SS Waffen officers there who are coming out of the woods to, in fact, exact their revenge or whatever last protocol that they want to do. Kill these innocent prisoners sitting there that are defenseless. The castle now, it gets defended. Gangle, he's in command, working in conjunction with Lee. They set up, siege defenses at the castle. And the attack is on. It comes in, hundreds of soldiers are fighting, coming in, but they have, the castle situated. It's been a fortress. They do have strategic advantage. They have a tank. These other guys in the woods don't. It's foot soldiers assaulting a garrisoned castle set up for defense. So the defense is successful. And in fact, the only casualty is they lose the tank. The tank gets lost, but they're able to fall back into, they had a good strategy. The tank was set up more of as an artillery piece. It gets taken out.
The tank's played by Dave Bautista.
Yeah, exactly.
Voiced by Dave Bautista.
That's a good. Yeah, the tank is, yes, exactly. It's personified. Batista talks in this. He could be maybe the tank driver. He's in there. He's a grizzled tank driver. He's the guy. Whatever. Lee's just the guy who spots it and has the goggles and tells him where to shoot. That gets taken out, and the only guy that gets killed in all of this is Gangle. He's moving.
We have to lose Fassbender.
Yep, Fassbender is, and it's a heroic thing. He's telling guys to switch positions, and he exposes himself to enemy sniper fire.
He's done that in shame.
In doing so, yep, he's exposed himself. But he exposes his wiener to a sniper and then gives the middle finger and says, "Hey, see if you can hit this puppy."
Yeah. I'm going out speaking the Kings.
Yep, and it's a large target, his wiener, and he gets shot.
Yeah.
So he tragically does get killed. And they save the lives though. The Wehrmacht soldiers have to retreat into the woods, and then after that, the war is declared officially over. And these guys see, look, we're not going to go die. We're not going to take this. We just had our best chance. We're done. The prisoner's live. No prisoners are killed. You lose a tank, and then the one Gangle, the German officer, is killed. So very, very bad, but a successful mission. And I looked up a quote from this BBC article, and there was a guy who was living close by to Castle Itter at the time, firsthand witness of this. And he says, according to him, quote, "If the SS had managed to get into that castle and kill the French VIPs, the history of post-war France would have been radically different. These people formulated policies that carried France into the 21st century. Had they died, who knows what would have happened. So Gangel did not die in vain. I guess if you believe France was properly run after World War II, which it seems like they're fine, whatever, dude, I don't know. I'm not exactly keeping up with French politics, dude. But in any case, a successful mission and innocent lives were saved. Like I said in the beginning, families were being held with these people in this castle, and we've seen what happens at Dachau. We know that it would have been a massacre.
Yeah.
So very sick that the Germans and the Americans teamed up to defend this castle. Yeah. That's a movie, dude.
I like it.
It's a movie,
We're casting it.
I think, you got to extend the action scene. You need to have this force probably has, 88s. They're able to break, through the wall at one point. They get in, there's hand-to-hand combat in the hallways. You got to really play up the dramatics in there.
Charlotte de Gaulle is played by Audrey Tautou from Amelie.
Yes, that's a great.
She's like in her 40s now.
She'd be good, but she has to pick up. She's the one who's like helping the families, and she ends up taking out like maybe the most evil of the guard, because the guy, he's on one mission to go get the John Connor character. He knows what he looks like. Yeah. He's like, we're gonna get this guy. So she ends up taking him out. Anyway, because John Connor wrote some article that the Germans didn't like, and blah blah blah. And was able to sneak secret messaging out of this castle about German positions and good ideology through the resistance throughout the war. So in my research, though, Aaron, as a little bit of a bonus, because that was a sick ass battle of Castle Itter.
Yeah.
And it's so fast. There was one other instance where someone was like, no, this actually wasn't the only instance that Germans and Americans teamed up and fought together. I would say technically they were fighting together, gunfire against SS Waffen. There is another mission where the German and United States soldiers collaborate together, don't shoot each other, but work to also rescue captive horses. Something known as Operation Cowboy.
I was going to say the only other time that the Germans and Americans worked together was the Dallas Mavericks.
Exactly, dude. Freaking Dirk, dude. Just out there freaking hitting threes, dude. It's fallback threes, bro. Just getting it done. You know what? And I got too excited. The Patton character is actually involved in Operation Cowboy. Although for our movie, he definitely would have to be involved in Operation at the Battle of Castle Itter in this rescue operation by Major Kramer. Kramer was like the Patton guy, the Barenthal guy. It was the guy who was just like, just go do it. Take your very brief contingency and get it done. Small contingency. There's a colonel who writes to Patton to ask for permission to save these horses from the Russians. Actually, in World War II, there's these Lipizzaner, I'm saying that wrong, Lipizzaner horses. So these horses were bred as early as 1580 in Lipizza, Italy. Horses are famous for their performances of perfected in the Spanish riding school in Vienna, Austria. Since 1572, they're the oldest cultivated breed of horse in Europe. So as someone who appreciates history, and we love horses, there's just something, and this is a Winston Churchill quote, and I've said it and I'll say it again, there's something about the outside of a horse that's good for the inside of a man. Also, it kind of reminds me of that movie. Did you see that movie Unlikely Honor? It's about like World War II where MacArthur, they're moving into the modern era and he gets rid of the American cavalry. And for some reason, it's like easier for them to just kill all these horses of the cavalry rather than like sell them. For some reason, like he doesn't want to bother selling them. He's just like, just murder the horses. We don't want to feed them anymore. It's going to save us cost and like even trying to bring them to market. Where it's like, dude, and then the cavalrymen are like, no, we're going to, and so they're like marching against Schmoll, a Schmoll colonel, and they're going to bring the horses to Canada. They're like bringing them from like, I don't know, southern Montana, like all the way up to Canada or something like that. Maybe Utah. I don't know. And it's a pretty good movie, but they're like, we're going to bring him to Canada. And it's a huge PR thing. It's pretty sweet. And at the end, I'm going to give you a spoiler alert. They're like, the colonel like has their like artillery sights set in, and the colonel's like, fire. And then his own soldiers are like, sir, our guns are malfunctioning, sir. Sorry. And they'll fire like way over. The guy's like missing on purpose. He's like, dial in. He's like, sir, sorry, our sights just seem to be off here. And then the Canadian soldiers who are like supposed to stop the American guys from crossing the border, at one point are like, then the Americans stop and the horses just go, and they're like, the Mounties are like, these are just wild horses. Like, we're not going to stop them from coming over here. And then, maybe we'll just go ahead and corral them. That's what we do. And the horses live, dude. It's nice, bro.
Nice.
So this is sort of something like that where, they learn of these beautiful horses that are going to be, just fear of that they're going to be massacred.
They're like fancy white jumping horses.
Yes. Like they're like on Gladiator, like, the horses that are like put like painted onto the armor of Gladiator.
Yeah.
They look like that. He's
Yeah.
like, this is all blah and this is all blah.
Yeah,
it's like what
they
Maximus.
can stand on two legs.
Yes. Very legit, very intelligent horse. So there's hundreds of them at a German army. Horses in Hostau in Czechoslovakia. It was 18 miles over the border, and even the German army is just keeping these horses. But for some reason, they're like, the Russians are going to kill them and like eat them or something. I don't know what the hell they're so worried about. They were taken by the Nazis. Nazis would take art, anything they felt valuable, they would just take. And then their fear that the Russian Red Army, they would just use them as food because that's what they were doing up until that point. Like this army was like sharing rifles and ammunition. There's like millions of these dudes. Like the numbers are so vast, but it's like you got to feed the machine, this war machine. And it's desperate times, desperate measures. It's not like the Russians hate horses. They're just like, we're gonna feed our soldiers. And
they don't hate horses. They just hate horses. Exactly.
Drop the H, bro.
Yep.
And the Germans, they do like a recon mission. The Americans do a recon mission. They connect with the German in charge there. It's one of those things where it's like, we're going to kill you. No, we're going to kill you. But they're like, no, it's about the horses. And the Germans are like, oh, yeah, the horses. Let's save them. So they work together. It's combined forces of like, Czech soldiers, Ukrainian soldiers, German soldiers, and U.S. soldiers. And like they also get some badass like cowboy characters. You could cast some. Barenthal's in this movie again. Austin Butler's in this movie again. He's on a horse, and these guys ride the horses back across the border to safety. So pretty badass. But no shots are fired. It's just recon, and Polish soldiers are working together too. I gotta give it out for my Polish heritage. So
same.
And they get them what up. So they get them across the border. Pretty sick, also known as Operation Cowboy, dude. Could be a movie. Not as exciting as the Battle of Castle Itter, but you got to love when, former foes team up to become bros for a moment. So pretty sick, stoke-inducing shit right there. And it's pretty sick, dude, Smart horses. We love them, dude. And, prisoners got to get freed. So fired up on that, dude. Another Dank ep of history is Dank in the books. Make it a movie. Use this as a source for it, dude. Credit me, dude. I'll take my 2%, whatever. No fees, no costs attached. The back end of that script, dude. Bring it to the studios, take it to Paramount or whatever, dude. Fired up. Anyway, dude, Aaron, you're a beast. Stay stoked. We'll catch you guys on the next ep of History is Dank. Late.